Okay, today we're continuing equations and we're going to be solving two-step equations. And spoiler alert, these have two steps. Okay, we can't lose sight of the goal. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of what we're trying to accomplish kind of within the math. So we want to make sure that we have eyes on the prize, that we know what we're accomplishing, we're trying to accomplish, and our whole goal is to isolate the variable. Okay, we want to get that variable alone. So the first step is always to undo whatever is being added or subtracted. It's almost like reverse PEMDAS. So we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. Okay, get a different color. So I did that because I want plus 5 minus 5 to cancel. So what I'm left with is x over 2 equals 11 minus 5 is 6. Now it's just like yesterday. It's one step. The opposite of dividing by 2 is to multiply both sides by 2. When I multiply by 2, I'm left with x equals 12. And I can plug that back in. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. I know I got it right. Okay, let's look at number 2. Okay, what do you think the first step is going to be? Subtract 9. Right? We always undo addition or subtraction first. So that gets rid of that. And now I have 5x equals 24 minus 9 is 15. So if x is being multiplied by 5, I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And that cancels. And I'm left with x equals 3. Okay, so why don't you pause it and try number 3, and then we'll come back and check your answer. Oh, wait, before we do that. If I'm saying that x is equal to 3, so let's see. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 9 is 24. Okay, now try number 3. Okay, what you should have got is 5, right? If we add 4 to both sides first, I'm left with 4y equals 20. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to divide everything by 4. And that leaves me with y equals 5. Right? And 4 times 5 is 20. 20 minus 4 is 16. So I'm good to go. Okay, up here on the top for number 4. Some of y'all panic when the variable is written on the other side. So watch what we can do. It's crazy. Okay, some of y'all are fine with it. What we can do is we can just say this side equals this side. So look, I'm just going to make that equals -1. Okay, and some of y'all are like, what? Now I can do it. Okay, if you like to have your variable on the left, then just take whatever's on the right and move it over, or on the left and move it to the right. It's not a big deal. Just rewrite it. Okay, so first step is to undo what's being added or subtracted. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides. So that got rid of this and left me with z divided by 3 equals 6. -1 plus 7 is 6. And now the opposite of dividing by 3 is to multiply by it. So this cancels and I'm left with z equals 18. And again, I'm going to plug it in. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 6 minus 7 is -1. And I'm done. So let's talk about 5. 5 looks weird because why? 5 looks weird because there's multiple x's. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my like terms. It's saying, well, if I have 7 x's and I take 4 away, I have 21. So before I even worry about what x is, if I have 7 x's and I take 4 away, how many x's do I have? 3x is 21. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And I'm left with x equals 7. So let's see if it works. 7 times 7 is 49. 4 times 7 is 28. 49 minus 28 is 21. And then this last one. Okay, you have 4 W's. I give you 2 more, and all together that equals 24. So how many W's do you have? 4W and 2W is 6W, and that equals 24. Divide both sides by 6, and I'm left with W equals 4. Right, and that would be 4 times 4 is 16, 2 times 4 is 8, 16 plus 8 is 24. Okay, couple more examples and then we'll be done. So again, on this one, okay, if you hate that negative 16 is over there on the left, then go ahead and move it, right? Cross this out and write equals negative 16. That is not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to work it out as it is just to show you that it doesn't matter, but it's totally up to you. So negative 16 equals 5D minus 9D. That's negative 4D. So now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. Okay, this cancels. Negative 16 divided by negative 4 is positive 4. So 4 equals D. So let's double check. That would be 20 minus 36. And that's negative 16. Okay, so let's look at a couple word problems and we'll try to translate these words into equations. It says the output of a function is 3 less than 5 times the input. Find the input when the output is 17. Okay, if you are like, what is happening? Okay, so the output of a function, so output is y, is 3 less than 5 times the input. Oh, sorry, I got distracted here. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry, someone is walking in here. Okay, so the output of a function is 3 less than 5 times the input. So the output, y, is 3 less than 5 times the input. So there's 5 times the input, and there's 3 less than it, right? The output is 3 less than 5 times the input. Find the input when the output is 17. Okay, so output is y. So 17 equals 5x minus 3. So we literally just wrote our own equation using what we did in chapter 1, and now we're going to solve it using what we've been learning in chapter 2. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. So 17 plus 3 is 20, and that equals 5x, right? Because this canceled out. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So 4 equals x. So let's look at 9. It says the output of a function, that's y, is 4 less than 4 times the input. So this is 4 times the input, and then 4 less than that. Find the input when the output is 3. So if this is 3, then what is the input? What does x have to be? So what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to go ahead and we are going to add 4 to both sides. Okay, and you might already be panicking if you're kind of like looking a couple steps ahead. Whoops. So now I have 7 equals 4x. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And that cancels. So what is left over here? Did I isolate x like I was supposed to? Yes. And then on this side, what's left? Can I divide 4 into 7? Nope. So x equals 7 over 4, or you could make that a mixed number and make it 1 3/4. Okay, and then the last part right down here. Okay, why don't you go ahead and try it and then come back and check. So it says the output of a function is 5 more than negative 2 times the input. find the input when the output is 11. Okay, so y equals negative 2x plus 5, but it's telling me the output is 11. So 11 equals negative 2x plus 5. So I'm going to subtract 5, subtract 5. So this is going to cancel. And then when I subtract 5 over here, 11 minus 5 is 6 equals negative 2x. So now I have to divide both sides by negative 2. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3 equals x.